Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to another video. If you haven't already subscribed, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Welcome to all my emperors and empresses. I know I've been doing more live chats than I have been shooting videos, and it's because I just want to, just put out new content, stuff that I haven't necessarily really spoke on a lot before. So here's something I'm bringing to you that has been brought to my attention multiple times. Someone that asked me a question about it a long time ago, and I think I just replied to them. Period. I don't think I talked about it in a chat or anything, or put it in a video or whatever. So I just want to talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to elaborate a whole lot about it because it's not a lot to talk about. Should I brush my Natty dreadlocks, my locks, whatever you choose to call them? And here's my answer to that question. Well, first, let me say why people were asking about it. For some people, it was due to frizz and because they didn't want the frizz or whatever. For some people, it was to remove lint. For some people, it was for scalp stimulation, whatever, which scalp manipulation, which you can use the balls of your fingertips to manipulate your scalp if you use it, any type of oils or anything, any type of like avocado oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you choose to use, like jojoba oil, you can definitely stimulate your scalp generously with your fingertips. You don't need a brush. I don't care if it's a baby brush. I don't care if it's a brush like this, whatever, what have you. You know that a lot of guys used to brush, or they used to brush their hair waves, or people with relaxed hair or so brush their hair so they can have a real sleek ponytail, stuff like that. Did I already say toothbrush? I don't care what kind of brush. Baby brush, toothbrush, this kind of brush. No, I do not believe in brushing your Natty dreadlocks. First and foremost, because it's not necessary at all. One thing that you have to understand is through this journey, and this is something for people who are planning on being into this long term. I mean, this is something that you desire to be in long term, and you could deal with the frizz. You don't care about that. That's not the issue. Whatever. There's no reason for you to do it. I mean, if you feel like, okay, I just finished cleansing my hair. My hair is dry now. I wanna go in with some drops of oil, whatever, to make sure that my scalp is nice and moisturized. I have dry heat. It's wintertime. Those who have heat, or whatever, we have to deal with even more dryness to our skin, our scalps, and everything. So you may have to, manipulate your scalps a little bit more with maybe a few more drops of it, whatever type of oil that you're using, just directly onto your scalps. What you don't understand is that the oil does travel down. Believe it or not, it will travel down from the top, from your scalp down the shaft of your hair. And the curlier your hair is, the longer it's going to take, as opposed to somebody who has like a straighter hair or a wavier pattern to their hair. But by no means do you want to, especially if you're 1 month in, 2 months in, 3 months in. I don't care if you're 16 years in like myself. When you apply a brush or so to your hair and you're brushing, trying to get lint out, or brushing your scalp or whatever, you are disrupting whatever part of your hair that has matted together, that has locked in together. You are disrupting that, and you're making the hair come out of that particular dreadlock. Okay, you don't want to go down the shaft of your hair, brushing all your sides, your roots or whatever, so it can lay down nice and neat. This is not, first and foremost, this is not a tidy hairstyle. I mean, it's not a tidy look. I mean, for some people it is a hairstyle. For some people it is a lifestyle. Those that it's a lifestyle for don't care about, whether or not it's all over their hair. They understand the fact that there's going to be frizz. Especially as freeformers, we know that this is the way it is, and I love it. You know what I mean? You have to love it. You have to embrace it, because if you don't, then yes, you're going to want to do different things. You're going to want to People have covered their hair up with wigs and all types of stuff, you know, while it's going through certain phases or whatever, or they keep it covered all the time, you know, because they don't like the way it's looking as it's growing out. Again, this journey may not be for you. This is something I'm into for a lifetime. Yes, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I have to say that all the time because there's always new people coming to my channel. Yes, I've been in the hair game since 1988. I just don't stand behind a chair anymore. I choose to talk about natural hair care, dreadlocks, locks, whatever you choose to call it, here on my channel because I have another business that I do that I enjoy as well. You know, but when it comes down to misinformation, there's so much. You have to remember that when you're watching stuff on people's channels or when you're in these groups and rooms and stuff, you know, there's a lot of misinformation. You're getting information from people that are probably at the same point that you're at. They might be a month in, they might be 2 months in, they might be a year in. But a lot of people are just giving out the information that they feel, you know, is okay because that is what they have done. Never would you want to disrupt or make your hair, like if it took your hair over a year, which normally it does take some time for it to actually go and to entwine together. You know what I'm saying? To lock. Why would you disrupt that by brushing it with any kind of brush? Again, I don't care if it's a toothbrush, which has hard bristles. I don't care if it's a soft brush, whatever. A baby brush or anything. There's no need for it. You're moving the hair out of. Now you're adding frizz to your hair. No matter how soft the brush is, you're adding frizz to your hair. So if that's something that you were trying to stay away from, it's not going to happen. All right. Lint. It doesn't matter. I keep my hair covered a lot. I wear a cap, a sleep cap at night. I go outside a lot with caps on and stuff. It's inevitable. It's totally 1000% inevitable. If I sat here and told you all that I don't have any lint whatsoever in my hair, that would be a complete lie. And I can't sit here and lie to you all like that. I have to have some type of lint in my hair because when you go outside, the elements, of course, there's going to be things that you can't even see with your own eyes that's going to get into your hair. And I don't care how much you cleanse your hair. If you strip your hair down to the bare minimum, trust and believe it's going to be some lint that catches onto your hair. If you wear, I have on a shirt right now. It's a rayon type cotton blend. It's a tri-blend shirt, whatever. My hair is hanging down. It's a possibility that I could be getting lint in my hair, not just from my shirt that I have on, but also because my heat is on and there's stuff blowing through. I don't care how clean we clean out all the little filters and everything. It's air still blowing and the stuff still, dust is still, particles are everywhere. You know, have you ever thought about, you know, with the sun coming into your home, it causes dust. People don't, well, I'm sure a lot of people do know it. Sun causes dust. The sun shining in is what causes a lot of dust and stuff into your homes. That's why you have to dust a lot. You know, so no matter what you do to try to get rid of lint or whatever, you could try to color your hair. You could try to, whatever. I've heard people talk about using henna, using color. That's not taken away from the lint being there. All you're doing is covering the lint with something else that's coating the hair, which is also a whole nother issue that you'll have to deal with. So when it comes down to brushing and all of that, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And again, we all have the right to our opinions or how we feel, but I mean, it's just common sense that if you're trying to have your hair lock to form into a dreadlock, to stay entwined together, why would you go down the shaft of your hair and brush it? Which means that you're displacing the hair that has tried to go into that lock. You're brushing it out of that. It's going to cause more frizz. It's going to cause hair to pop out from everywhere. Trust and believe that. And it's definitely no reason at all that you need a brush to stimulate your scalp unless you don't have hands or you don't have anybody who can go in and just massage your scalp. It's something very simple and it's best done, and this is my cosmetology talking, is best done with the fingertips of your hands. You know, some people have used paddle brushes. They got the little soft, like whatever. We don't have that option because going in with a paddle brush or any other type of brush, it disrupts our hair from staying together the way that we want it to stay in order for it to remain locked. So you're actually going against everything that you're trying to do and growing your locks. So I just wanted to come in for a quick second. You know, it's been about a week since I put out a video about, you know, instead of my regular live chats or whatever, but do not brush your hair. I don't care. You can go to 50 million channels. You could go to 50 different pages on Facebook and groups and all this, that, and the other, and people are just basically giving you their opinions. But if you use your common sense, you'll know, well, am I disrupting the way that I want my hair to be? You know, and if you're not comfortable with your hair, you know, being frizzy or whatever, and that's the reason for you brushing it, you know, again, this may not be the look for you. You know, if it has to be neat and tidy, somebody had mentioned it, you know, I took it as, okay, I took it for whatever. You know, they were like, oh, your bun, yeah, it looks nice and tidy or whatever. That wasn't what I was trying to achieve. I was just putting my hair up, and yeah, it just happened to look very neat. But if it didn't look super neat or whatever, that wouldn't bother me or whatever, because neat and tidy is not the look that I'm going for. I'm just going for just my total free form, loving my hair the way it is, the way that it grows, the way that it's supposed to be naturally, which is different from yours, and everybody else's. You know, I don't care about frizz. I don't care. I care about length. Don't get it twisted. You know, if you watch some of my older videos, you know, my regimen has changed completely. I used to do ACV rinses more often. Then I found that, you know, doing it just like maybe 2 to 3 times a year was better, you know, instead of doing it every month or twice a month or so, you know, because I found it to be, you know, kind of drying or whatever. So things change all the time, you know, but the one thing that I have never, ever done and will never do, the reason why I have a brush in my house is because I have a child who wears ponytails, you know what I'm saying, who wears her hair in a ponytail or wears her hair down or whatever, and mostly we use it, that's the only time we really use it is for her ponytails or whatever. But I have a brush for my dog because his hair gets matted, and the last thing I want is to take him to the groomer and get charged extra because his hair is all matted or whatever. But other than that, you know, yeah, we have a dog brush, we have our toothbrushes, and we have a brush. So if I need to put her hair in a ponytail, totally different. But wearing natural hair, wearing freeform dreads, wearing regular locks or whatever, do not brush your hair. Especially, I mean, so many people, again, are misinformed from the very beginning. You know, they want to start brushing, and then I ask, you know, well, how far in are you? 1 week, 1 month. 1 week or 1 month, what makes you feel that you need to brush it? You haven't even started budding. You haven't even started to lock yet. I mean, so you're disrupting whatever's going to happen even before it happens. You're stopping, you're stifling the pattern even before it gets started. So there's my thoughts about it. Please feel free to comment. Be respectful. Comment down below. Let me know if this is something that you have done in the past, or let me know how you feel about it. Again, be mindful that I do have a negative free zone on my channel. I don't deal with profanity. I don't deal with negativity. You know, we're all entitled to our thoughts and opinions about things. I just give it to you as I know it. and from being 16 years in, and from being a licensed cosmetologist since 1988. You know, that's all I could do. I can't do nothing less or nothing more than that. You know, but again, feel free to comment, thumbs up the video if this is something that you needed to know, if this is something that was in your mind and you wanted to, you know more information about it. Thumbs up the video. Please share the video with others that may be doing just that, brushing their hair, or may need to know. You know, share it with somebody that's starting off, on their journey. You know, I would appreciate it a lot, because it amazes me, it baffles me how much misinformation there is about, some of the things that you're supposed to do to your hair. It takes me all the way back to when people were saying, oh, well, how much beeswax should I use in my hair? And I'm going to say this and I'm gone. I use beeswax in my candles to make my candles burn longer. Okay? That's the only thing I use beeswax for. You do not put beeswax in your hair. Anybody who says that they have put beeswax in their hair, trust and believe, you don't want to lay near them, you don't want to be near them or whatever, because their hair is filthy. Point blank. Filthy, dirty, and you can't get it out of your hair. That's something that is not water soluble. So I know I've touched on more than just brushing, but it just it just took me there when I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, beeswax and brushing, both of them are just as damaging to your hair. You might have a little bit more luck, with brushing than you have with putting beeswax or whatever into your hair. But it's just the misinformation that's out here, because there's so many people trying to give out information, so many people trying to have a channel, or so many people trying to have some type of platform, and they just putting out content, and giving out false information. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, a wonderful night, whenever you're watching this video. I appreciate everybody for supporting me for as long as you have been. It's going on 10 years. I think March 13th, 2020 will be 10 years. And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I do intend on continuing my channel. I've been finding out more and more every day that people have been watching, that haven't commented, that haven't subscribed, that that I never even knew even existed on my channel or whatever. And I just feel the need to continue to educate people and tell them the truth about what needs to be done in their hair. I'm not trying to sell you any products. When I talk about anything dealing with like King J caps or whatever, I'm not selling those. I'm not getting a dime from it. I'm just letting you know what has worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. So I digress. Peace and love, everyone. Have a beautiful day. And I can't see how to shut this down because I'll have on my glasses.